What's good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? JDaisy here with the JDaisy Gaming Channel, here with a very, very special video. This is our first ever paid, advertised, whatever you want to call it, hashtag ad video. This is the first video I've ever had a copy of it given straight to me. I'm not getting paid per views or anything for this one. I kind of missed out on that opportunity. But I was given a review copy of this game, so that is monumental for the channel here. That is the first time I've ever had anything like that happen. That just means we're moving up in the world, baby. That being said, that does not influence what I will be saying about this game. It just means that I got a copy for free. You can make the argument that anytime you get anything for free, it'll change what you had to say about it, and I would agree with that. That's why I'm saying this first. That this was a review copy given to me. The game is Twisted Arrow. It's out on Steam for the Oculus Rift and for the HTC Vive, so it is a VR game. So you come with all the things that a VR game comes with. You have to have the hardware and all that, obviously. So that is a drawback that we're going to address right away. As far as the game goes, the game is pretty much just a arrow shooter for the VR unit. It boasts that it can be played standing up or sitting down. I think it only needs standing room. I never saw a point in the game where having walking around the room were to change anything, because you have very fixed teleport points. Yeah, that's a lot of words. Teleport points. So that you're not running around the whole room. You're moving on very certain areas. As far as optimization, there was only 1 or 2 times really where my hand. I played about 2 hours of it. There's only about 2 times where my hands kind of fucked off and did their own, but that could always be on my side as well. That's always kind of a standard disclaimer for that kind of stuff. As far as the gameplay goes, it's a really fun game. It's very basic. You have a bow in one hand and you shoot the arrows with the other. And in the one hand, you can switch what types of arrows you can use by spending your energy that you get throughout the game. And you get more specialized arrows like freeze arrows, explosive arrows, breaking up arrows. So you feel like a regular Green Arrow if you're a DC fan like I am. And the story of the game is kind of shite. You're some soldier dropped into a city to free some prisoners or something. I forget. It's kind of null and void. It's a pretty shit story. If you're going for a story, this is kind of shit. But if you're going for a solid first-person VR game, this is pretty good. It did take a little bit of a learning curve for me to figure out where I needed to aim with the arrows, before I could figure out how I needed to shoot to actually hit anything. And even then, it's kind of a challenge. I'm still getting used to VR. But if you are more experienced, like if you played, the Lab, Valve's The Lab has a little arrow section in that. If you have played that and really enjoyed that, I highly suggest this. It's $20 on Steam. I don't really know. I don't think it's out for full release. I think it is still early access. I will check that as I talk now. But the if I can talk and look up things at the same time. Even if this is early access, I don't know how much of the game is out there, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. I don't know how far into how many levels there are per se. It felt like quite a few. It is a full release right now. So I don't know how many levels there are. I should have really looked into that. But from what I saw, it felt like quite a few. I would assume there's an arena mode or something like that. And if there's not, I imagine they'll be implementing that soon. But for $20, it's a pretty solid, good VR game. Good kind of combat simulator VR game. I recommend it if you have a Vive. And you're looking for something. If you enjoyed the Labs archery game or any kind of archery games in VR, and you're looking for something different, this one's really good. The visuals look really good. There was only one time during this play I really didn't like it, and that was you step on you teleport onto an elevator, and the elevator goes down. And I actually had to sit down because that just made my head really hurt. Being on it was like a freight elevator, so it was open on all sides. Being on an elevator that was going down just made my head hurt. So that was kind of just unfortunate. The combats will get a little bland, I did notice. The enemies aren't too crazy. You do have a shield with your one arm. If you hold it up, it turns into a shield. But the problem with that is the time between, if you have more than one person shooting at you, the time you need to take down the shield and fire an arrow is almost timed perfectly with how fast they can shoot their guns, especially if there's more than one. So you run into this awkward thing of trying to block a bullet that's coming for you and then shooting an arrow to kill them. And it's a very difficult thing, I thought personally, to do. I didn't see any kind of upgrade system or anything like that that would make you shoot faster, or anything like that. No skill points. So that is a thing to note, is that the actual combat might get bland if you're playing it for extended periods of time. It might be one of those games where you play for a while, jump in, play for a while, jump in. But yeah, if you have a Vive unit and maybe this comes on sale, take a look at it. I don't think it's going to. If you don't have this, you're not going to be missing out on some crazy amount of stuff. You're not gonna. This isn't going to be the Half-Life of VR. I guess that's a good way to put it. But it's a solid first-person game that definitely is what you want from a VR game. Is definitely what you want from a VR game. So yeah, guys, that's Twisted Arrow. Feel free to let me put down in the comment box what you guys think. I would say check out their link, but like I said, I kind of missed out on that opportunity with the ad people to have a link for the game. So you'll just have to see it on Steam. The game is Twisted Arrow. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comment box, as always, or on any of the social medias. And as always, we're all in this together. See you in the next one.